everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Winnie and I do coffee chats for MBA, career, education, everything and beyond. Today, I am going to talk about the MBA Summer Recap Part 2. As you've seen in my Part 1, I talked a lot about internships, professional development, but for today, I am going to share more with you about what I did this summer outside of my internship, aka all the fun, the traveling, mostly because I have a lot of amazing footages from my trip. As you know, I suck at vlogs, but I do think that it's worth sharing those footages with you and just give you a sense of what MBA treks are like and how MBA people travel during the summer. And disclaimer, I'm definitely not one of those who is on the road every other week. Hopefully it gives you a flavor of what it could be like, and I'm going to share with you some of the cool itineraries of my trips and how much they cost. If this is the first time that you come to my channel, I highly encourage you to check out my previous videos on my summer internship at CarGurus. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 trips that I did this summer, which are a tad bit expensive, but super memorable, really interesting. Let's get started. The first trip that I would like to share with you is Israel. I went to the MIT Sloan Israel trek end of May to early June, just before my internship started. It is one of the most renowned and longest run MBA treks at MIT Sloan. For those of you who don't know what an MBA trek is, these are trips that are organized by MBA students who are usually from that particular destination. So in my case, the Israel trek was organized by 4 Israeli students who are there to give us the best and most authentic traveling experience. After some reflections, I do think there were 3 main reasons that helped me make a decision to go on this very expensive trip, and that is history, culture, and food. History-wise, I have never been to the Middle East. As an international relations undergrad, I've always been super interested in geopolitics in different regions in the world. I'm pretty familiar with Asia and North America, but everything else, I do feel very limited in terms of my horizon and my knowledge. So I thought Israel would be a great place to start as a first-timer in the Middle East. And given that this trek has been run many times, we were taken care of in terms of our logistics, safety, and actually knowledge sharing. Culturally, religion was probably the biggest driver for me to go to Israel. I am not religious myself. However, I have gotten quite familiar with quite a few religions over the years because of friends and education. And I was just so interested to see pretty much one of the holiest places in the world for Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. That to me is so invaluable. And of course, if you don't know me, I am a huge foodie. Places that have good food will always be my top choices for traveling destinations. In Israel, we've had so much amazing food, from amazing salad appetizers to main dishes to desserts and things that I cannot name, things that I've never had before. Overall, it was just such an experience. I watched a ton of videos about what kosher is, what Shabbat is, and Jewish traditions. That is so new to me and so foreign to actually a lot of East Asians like myself. So I encourage you to explore, and it's just overall a great cultural and educational experience. Here is my spiel on our 10-day itinerary in Israel. I won't run through these in detail, but I will give you a quick overview on what we did for the 10 days. First day, May 27th, we arrived in Israel through Tel Aviv and went straight to Jerusalem. And that is actually my birthday. Yahoo! It was such a memorable birthday because I get to spend it with all my classmates and in Israel. Like, what in the world? On the first night, we had our welcome dinner. It was just such a beautiful venue, had amazing food, wine. Day 2, we headed straight into a geopolitical lecture to learn about the old city of Jerusalem. That was super interesting, and I wish we had more free time to explore the city, but honestly, can't ask for better. And day 3, we actually ended up going to the Holocaust Museum, which was such an emotional experience to just understand that part of the history. We even did an Air Force visit, which is incredible because one of my classmates was in the Army. Fun fact here, in Israel, it's super cool that men and women equally have to go to the Army for 2 to 3 years after their high school. And after that, we drove to the Dead Sea Resort, which is super fun, and we had a desert rave party, which apparently happened in the same location where a lot of the other MBAs also had their party. That was a night that I kind of wanted to forget because I got hammered. And the next day, I was pretty much dead on the Dead Sea. After I recovered, the Masada was really, really cool. That's a historic site in Israel where you get to see the old castles that were built by the kings of Israel in history. That was magnificent. The next day, we went to the Sea of Galilee and visited a couple of other historic and religious sites, and then drove straight to Tel Aviv. And people, if you have not heard the song called Tel Aviv, which became our theme song of the trip, it is time that you do, because, oh man, it was so fun. Tel Aviv, ya habibi, Tel Aviv, tistakel kama lirdi misaviv, osim li hai hai, balayla wai wai, vesachte. And did a bunch of market time, beach time, really fun stuff in Tel Aviv. And that pretty much closes our tour. Now, back to the most important question. How much did I pay for this trip? I so debated whether I want to tell you or not because I am almost shocked how much I spent on this trip. You can decide for yourself whether it's worth it or not. But in total, I spent $4,057 on this entire trip, including all the hotel spending as well as flights. I know, this is already subsidized. But given that it's a 10-day trip, it averaged out to be $405.74 a day. Israel is expensive, so I think we did okay in terms of not spending so much extra beyond what we've already paid for the trip.